Joint Chiefs of Staff of the South Korean Armed Forces reported that on the morning of November 18, 2022, an international ballistic missile was launched in the Dprk towards the Sea of Japan. According to the South Korean military, the missile was launched from the Sunan International Airport in Pyongyang. Along a high-altitude ballistic trajectory, the missile reached an altitude of 6,100 kilometers and its warhead fell in a given area of the Sea of Japan, at a distance of about 1,000 kilometers. The flight duration was 66 minutes, while the speed M22 was reached. According to Western reports, this launch marked the second full-scale successful flight test of the North Korean Hwasong-17 intercontinental ballistic missile, which has a maximum range of more than 15,000 kilometers, giving it the ability to reach anywhere in the United States. At the same time, on November 18, the Dprk launched 4 medium-range ballistic missiles towards the Sea of Japan. Recall that on March 10, 2022, the US Department of Defense announced that the missile launches carried out by the Dprk on February 26 and March 4, 2022 were the first flight tests of the now North Korean intercontinental ballistic missile, Hwasong-17, on a mobile conveyor on an 11-axle wheeled chassis, first demonstrated at the famous military parade in Pyongyang, in honor of the 75th anniversary of the Workers' Party of Korea on October 10, 2020. Both tests in March-April were carried out not at full range. During the launch on March 4, the flight range was about 1,000 kilometers, and apparently they were aimed at testing individual rocket stages. First demonstrated at the parade on October 10, 2020. Still in a mock-up version, the Hwasong-17 missile, originally designated by Western commentators as Hwasong-16. The actual name was announced as the Self-Defense 2021 Defense Exhibition in Pyongyang in October 2021. Has 2 stages with liquid rocket engines. The length of the rocket is 26 meters. The diameter is 2.7 meters. The launch is indeed carried out from an 11-axle movable conveyor. The first attempt at a full flight test of the Hwasong-17 ICBM, according to Western data, was made on March 16, 2022, but ended in failure, and the missile launched from the Sunan airport area exploded shortly after launch at an altitude of about 20 kilometers. The first successful test launch of the Hwasong-17 ICBM was carried out on March 24, 2022, when a missile launched from the Sunan airport area along a high-altitude ballistic trajectory reached an altitude of 6,248.5 kilometers, and its warhead fell in a given area of the Sea of Japan at a distance of 1,090 kilometers. Flight time was 67.5 minutes. Another Hwasong-17 launch, according to Western sources, was made from Sunan on May 25, 2022, but the rocket flew only 417 kilometers, reaching an altitude of 780 kilometers. It's not clear if this was a failed launch or another incomplete developmental test. On November 19, 2022, the North Korean official news agency, the Korean Central News Agency, issued a message under the heading Nuclear Weapons to Nuclear Weapons, Frontal Confrontation to Frontal Confrontation, a solemn statement about the firm, unchanging will of the territorial production complex to fight against enemies. Their comrade Kim Jong-un led on-site test launch of a new type of ICBMs of the Dprk Strategic Armed Forces, which reads, under the auspices of strict implementation of the first priority strategy for the defense construction of our party and the government of the Republic, aimed of constantly increasing the super powerful and absolute nuclear deterrent forces. On November 18, a test launch of a new type of intercontinental ballistic missile of the Dprk Strategic Armed Forces was carried out. The current test launch is made in an invalid situation when the insane military confrontational hysteria of the United States and hostile forces, which persistently lead the military-political situation on the Korean Peninsula to a dangerous phase, exceeds the limit, and even at the United side, hypocritical and robber paradoxes are rationalized, calling every use of the right of a sovereign state to self-defense with a provocation. The test launch of a new type of ICBM was carried out in order to test the reliability of the weapon system and the accuracy of its weapon. The results of the test launch have clearly confirmed the reliability of an important new type of strategic weapons system that will represent our state's strategic forces and a powerful combat performance as the most powerful strategic weapon in the world.